Hello everyone, Malficious here. Well, about 2 months ago, I got interested in and started playing Flesh and Blood, and yeah, it seems to have sunk its hooks into me pretty effectively. I have here a box of Flesh and Blood Uprising booster packs, and I figure I might as well crack them here and see if I get anything good. Those not really familiar with Flesh and Blood, it's a trading card game wherein you take on command. Well, you play as one of the heroes in the world, and you engage in one-on-one battles with other heroes in the world. It's hard to describe because it's not really like anything else on the market. Yeah, let's try and see what we've got in here. It comes with 24 booster packs, and there's, 16 cards per pack, but I think 2 of them are token cards. So, let's see what we've got. Okay, so I'm going to try and go through these a bit quickly, more quickly than Magic the Gathering, because, well, don't want to be here forever, really. Okay, so this is one of the first rares in the pack. Card rarities are common for most cards. Rares, you will get at least one, maybe more in every pack. Then above that is Majestics, which you occasionally get that in a pack. And then there are legendaries, which are very, are more rare than that. You might get one legendary in a box, but probably have to get several boxes. And then above that, I think you have Fabled. Oh, okay, here's a Majestic, Invoke Dracona Optimi. This is one of the more powerful dragons in this. Don't remember if I already have this one or not, but yeah, I better. That's going to be worth sleeving up. And then above legendaries, you also have, I think you have Fabled cards. So one card in each set is Fabled, and it's insanely rare. Here we have foil Silent Stilettos, which I think there's 2 types of foiling. There's rainbow foiling and cold foiling. I think this is just a rainbow foiled, and it's a common, so it's not spectacular. Sorry, I'm trying to resort these, and okay, let's put the Majestics there. Let's put these, try putting those over there. Put commons up. Oh, no, wait, I just put a rare up. Try and keep foils somewhere nearby. Okay, Read the Ripples, Wizard Action, Icebind, Elemental Wizard Action, Ether Hail, Ice Wizard Action, Embermoth Senpai, Draconic Illusionist Action, Grand Within Claw, Draconic Ninja Action, Draconic Illusionist Instant, Draconic Ninja. Okay, here we have one of the first tokens, and the first hero I'm showing you, Icelander. She's an elemental wizard hero, and this is her young variant, which is a... There's several different formats. Young heroes are used in Blitz, which you use a 40-card deck in, and then the adult forms are used in Classic Constructed. So, since she's a wizard hero, she can use wizard cards and generic cards, but being elemental means she has access to the elemental cards, which are normally ice, lightning, and earth. However, Icelander has Essence of Ice, which means she's only allowed to have ice cards in her deck. Searing Ember Blade on the backside, which is a Draconic Ninja weapon, and Phoenix Flame, which is a Draconic action, and they're special for limited because you can have up to 3 copies of them in your deck. So if you're drafting this, you can just take 3 copies and add them in, which there's one specific hero in this set that cares about that sort of thing. Okay. Yeah, and there's also most cards will come in variants, either red, blue, or yellow. The red ones tend to be the most powerful effect-wise, but each card also can be used to provide resources, which you'll need to play other cards and make attacks. So the red card only provides one resource, while a blue card provides 3. So you have to balance out the types of cards you're using for resources. Okay, so that's an ice action. Okay, there's a generic. Healing Bomb's generic. Sash of Sandakai is a draconic equipment. Golfing Flame Wave is a draconic ninja action and rare. So I guess we'll set it down there. Oh, Take the Tempo is a majestic ninja action. So that's nice. And the foil, yeah, so you'll get at least one rare, typically 2. You can get 1 majestic in a rare slot, and you'll always get at least 1 foil of common or better rarity. In this case, Brain Freeze. Well, blue Brain Freeze, as now I have a yellow Brain Freeze here. Ether Dart, Sweeping Blow, Brand with Cinderclaw red, Hindering Sands yellow, Lava Vein Loyalty yellow, Dunebreaker Senpai yellow. Okay, and here's Dromai. She's a draconic illusionist, and she interacts. She makes illusions of dragons primarily, and so she cares about red cards, and which allows her. Whenever she uses a red card as a pitch, which is how you generate resources, she creates an ash token, which you'll need those in order to transform them into dragons. And if you play a red card this turn, dragons you control have go again while attacking. And on the backside is Waning Moon, which is a wizard weapon, 2-handed staff, which this is Icelander's signature weapon. And another copy of Phoenix Flame. Well, not a bad start. 2 Majestics in the first 2 packs. Okay, Flames Call Awakening, Draconic Action. Where am I putting there? Brothers in Arms, Scar for Scar, Conduit Frostburn, Ice Wizard Equipment, Rapid Reflex, Ninja Attack Reaction. Yeah, well, no, I don't need to for that. I'll just pile up the rares here, I think. And Strategic Planning, so 2 rares in this pack, no Majestics, it would seem. Foils, Ember Moth Senpai, Ice Bolt, Singe, Ether Hail, Rebellious Rush, Sandcover, Dustrunner Outlaw, Rake the Embers. Okay, Ether Ashwing token, so this is kind of the generic, and Ash on the backside, so this is kind of the generic dragon that Dromai will be making. There, so there's a number of ways to play her. And here's 5, the remaining hero in this set. Some of the core sets have 4 heroes in them, but Uprising only has 3. So 5 is a Draconic Ninja, and their ability says you may start the game with a Phoenix Flame in your graveyard, and once per turn as an instant, you can pay 3 resources to return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand. But this ability costs 1 less for each Draconic chain link you control. So how that works is when you play actions, you start what's called a combat chain. And so if you can play multiple attack actions in a row, then that gives you multiple links on the chain. So the first attack you play becomes chain link 1, the second one chain link 2, the third chain link 3, and so on. And so Fi really cares about getting multiple chain links, which is kind of easier for a ninja to do. They tend to be about stringing together a whole bunch of attacks in a turn. Oh, did I? The back of that Fi token has Storm of Sandakai, which is Dromai's signature weapon. You can't attack with this one, but it says dragon allies you control have once per turn action, 0 attack. So that you need that as Dromai in order to get your dragons functioning, because otherwise they can't really do anything. Okay, Sigil of Protection, Arctic Incarceration, Scar for a Scar, Glacial Horns, Flex, Liquefy, another Majestic, Draconic Attack Reaction, Rupture. If Liquefy is played at Chain Link 4 or higher, target attack action card gains. When this hits a hero, put a -1 counter on equipment they control, then if it has 0 block, destroy it. Okay, that's pretty good, and actually both of the Draconic heroes here, Phi and Dromai, can get that. Phi, of course, with ninja attacks, and Dromai with dragons. Icebind is the foil. Singe, not yellow Icebind, same as the foil. Sweeping Blow, Polar Cap, brand with Cinderclaw, Skittering Sands, Draconic Ninja Action, Frostbite Token. Yeah, so Icelander's Ice card will allow you to give these to your opponents, and they say, it says, each Frostbite token says cards and abilities you cost you an additional resource to play or activate, so that makes your opponent's cards more and abilities more expensive. And at the beginning of your end phase, or when you play a card or activate an ability, you destroy Frostbite. So the idea being, you, as Icelander, you probably want to pile up a lot of these on your opponent, and then they have other cards that can, well, that'll slow down your opponent's ability, but you also sort of have some other cards that can do damage to your opponent based on their Frostbite tokens. Helios's Miter, which is a generic equipment for the head, and a player may add a Helios's Miter to their card in Uprising limited format, so like draft. That's fine, I guess. I haven't had the opportunity to draft Uprising, but I have drafted one of the previous sets, and it was fun, although I did poorly. I felt I drafted decently enough, but I just did badly on the actual match parts. Hellfire Cloak, Succumb to Winter. This is actually pretty good for Icelander, of course. Invoke Vinsurakai. That's another one of Dromai's dragons. So what does that one do? When it hits a hero, deals 3 arcane damage. Okay, that is nice. I guess I can put it... Where am I putting? There. And... Ooh! Spraying Flames is a... This foil is a Majestic. Draconic Ninja Action Attack. Draconic attacks you control have +1 while their base power is less than the number of Draconic Chain Links you control. Go again. Yeah, so like you play this out early, and then you can like use a lot of attacks that to try and build out your chain link and get your attacks. This can really ramp up fast, I think. That's nice. Yeah, now I'll put it over there since it's foily. Then Ether Ice Vein, Red Ether Dart, Rebellious Rush, Ether Hail, Dunebreaker Centipie, Ronin Renegade, Ember Moss Centipie, another Icelander token, and another Phoenix Flame. Okay, here's Searing Ember Blade, which is Phi's signature weapon. It's a two-handed sword. It says, once per turn action, spend 2 resources, attack. If you control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, Searing Ember Blade has go again. So if you play something like Ronin Renegade, then that lets you go again, so you can play another action card. And so then you could follow that up by attacking with Searing Ember Blade, and since this is now the second Draconic Chain Link, it would have go again. So that's interesting. There's a lot of different weapon combinations. You've seen that there are two-handed weapons. There are, of course, also one-handed weapons, and you can have either 2 one-handed weapons, or a one-handed weapon and an off-hand equipment, or a two-handed weapon. Although there's also some exception. There's also one exception to that, which I'm not going to get into right now. So let's continue. Flamecall Awakening, Trade-In, Oasis Respite, Spellfire Cloak, Findall's Fighting Spirit, which is one of the rares. It's fine. Mounting Anger. That's fine. Sigil of Protection. It's fine. Singe. Ether Ice Vein. Dust Up. Ronin Renegade. Polar Cap. Billowing Mirage, Lava Vein Loyalty, a Phoenix Flame, and Dromai Waning Moon token. Okay. Breaking Point, Critical Strike, Flameborn Retribution, Quelling Sleeves, Sigil of Permafrost, Rise Up, Rapid Reflex, which is a rare, so that's not bad. Frosting, Icebind, Cinderskin Devotion, Billowing Mirage, Polar Cap, Rising Resentment, Sandcover, Phoenix Flame, Ether Ashwing Ash token. Yeah, I suppose the story of this set that takes place, I think, in the region called Volca. No. I want to say Volkai, but I think that's the people. Well, anyway, the common folk are rebelling against the Imperial rule. So I think Phi is leading the rebellion while Dromai is working on behalf of the Emperor to try and stop the rebellion. It's a little complicated, but... Invoke Necria. Okay, I think I may already have a copy of this, but it's a nice card. Because, yeah, it's a... Whenever Necria deals or is dealt damage, put a -1 health counter on her and create an Ash token. Yeah, I guess I'll put that... No, I put that there since that's... brand with Cinder Claw as the foil. Read the Ripples. Ice Bolt. Skittering Sands. Cinderskin Devotion. Sweeping Blow. Rising Resentment. Sand Cover. Phi. Storm of Sandakai. Ice Slander. And now the... Yeah, no, that's the young one again. Searing Emberblade. Yeah, so it's interesting. The rebellion is being pushed by forces outside the Empire, so part of the mystery of the set was who is causing the rebellion and why. Okay, Transmogrify is rare. Invoke Themi. Did want a lot of dragons, because I kind of want to build a Dromai deck. Opponents can't play cards or activate abilities during your turn. That's pretty decent. Brothers in Arms is a foil. Frosting. Singe. Dusturner Outlaw. Skittering Sands. Cinderskin Devotion. Sweeping Blow. Soaring Strike. Icelander. Emberblade token, and Frostbite, Helios' Mitre token. So I didn't really get into the fun Icelander's ability. So if it's not your turn, you may play a blue non-attack action card from your arsenal as though they were an instant. Whenever you play an ice card during an opponent's turn, create a Frostbite token under their control. Your arsenal is sort of a reserve where you can keep one card for a future turn. So at the end of your turn, if you have any cards left in hand, you can put one of them in the arsenal, and then you'll be able to use it at a later point. Typically, you can put defense reactions in your arsenal to defend your opponent's attacks on their turn, or you can put an action into your own arsenal to use on a later turn, which allows you to have more cards, more actions on your own turn. So there's kind of balance between trying to plan out for future turns and trying to have big turns now, and yeah, there's a lot of strategy involved. Okay, Engulfing Flame Wave is one of the rares. Rapid Reflex is another. Sift, foil and also a rare. Icebind, Read the Ripples, Dust Runner Outlaw, Rake the Embers, Ether Hail, Rebellious Rush, Dunebreaker Centipie, Frostbite Token, Healer Smiter on it, and a Phoenix Flame. I think we're approaching the halfway point, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not keeping track of these because I'm trying to go through them a little quickly. Cold Snap, Trade-In, Lava Burst, Tide Flippers, Engulfing Flame Wave. Oh, we have a Majestic. Frost Hex. Okay. Yeah, so here you can see it says Icelander Specialization, which you may only have this card in your deck if your hero is Icelander. There aren't any other Ice Wizards yet at the moment, but Legend Story Studios could publish a set in the future with another Ice Wizard, and that Ice Wizard wouldn't be able to run Frost Hex unless it were also named Icelander. Afflictionaires under hero's control. Frostbites you control have at the beginning of your end phase. This deals 1 arcane damage. Yeah, so this is why you'd play this on your own turn, or actually it's a non-attack action, which a lot of Wizards actions are going to be that. So with Icelander, you could put this into your own arsenal and then play it on the opponent's turn at instant speed, and since it's an ice card, you could give them 1 Frostbite token off of Icelander's ability and then deal 1 damage to them on their turn. Also, it's arcane damage, which most damage from most attacks, like say this Trade-In, is physical damage. Physical damage can be blocked with most cards. So like you see here on the Trade-In, it has a 2 in the lower right next to the shield, which means that you could play this to defend an attack, and it would block 2 physical damage. Arcane damage you can't really defend with that way, which makes Wizards kind of dangerous. Well, or technically any class that can do arcane damage. So Illusionists, Wizards, Rune Blades, they're all dangerous in that way. And it means that you have to build your deck around them, I think. Well, or around the possibility that you will fight them. Okay, another Dromai Weighing Moon token, another Phoenix Flame token. Yeah, this is interesting, because, unlike Magic the Gathering, in the classic constructed format here, your deck can have up to 80 cards in it, which includes your equipment cards. So you're allowed to, when you come up against your opponent, you get to see what hero they're playing as, and then you can decide what equipment and cards you want in your deck. Fog Down, it's a Majestic here. Non-attack action cards lose and can't gain go again at the beginning of your action phase. Destroy Fog Down. That's kind of good against certain heroes. Foil Skittering Sands, Frosting, Ether Ice Vein, Cinderskin Devotion, Embermaw Centipie, Dust Runner Outlaw, Polar Cap, Dust Up, marker card, like the, back when Wizards of the Coast first did Innistrad and had double-face cards, packs would have token type cards in them that use to represent the double-faced cards. So like if you were doing an Innistrad draft and you picked up a double-faced card you wanted to use in your deck, but you didn't have sleeves, then you'd mark which double-faced card you had on it and put that in your deck. So this is similar, but for the dragons. And Phi Storm of Sandakai token. Okay, I think we are at the halfway point now. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. 12 packs to go, and let's see if I can open a legendary in this booster box. It's a small chance, but it would be interesting. Sigil of Permafrost, another one, and Sift, and Healing Balm. Ether Ice Vein, Icebind, Ember Moss Centipie, Soaring Strike, Dunebreaker Centipie, Ether Hail, Lava Vein Loyalty, and Ash, Ether Ashwing token, and Firestorm Sandakai token. Okay. Well, that's interesting, but, well, let's see. That could be a number of things. Critical Strike, Inflame, Scar for Scar, Tide Flippers, Flex, Invoke Miragai. Okay, I think that means I have 2 of them now. And that's, yeah, your first dragon attack each turn loses and can't gain Phantasm, which is very good. Oh, Foil Fog Down. But this is the second rare slot, so I wonder what's in the next slot. Nothing. Oh, wait, no, maybe... No, wait, we got Flex as our first rare slot, and then Miragai in the second slot. So Fog Down is just the foil slot. Well, 2 copies of Fog Down. Ether Dart, Brain Freeze, Soaring Strike, Sweeping Blow, Brand with Cinderclaw, Billowing Mirage, Ether Hail, Cracked Bauble, and a Phoenix Flame. Cracked Bauble is only really used in Booster Draft and Sealed Deck. If somehow you don't open enough cards to build a 30-card deck in a draft, then you'll have to fill it with Cracked Baubles, which they're only good for pitching. As you can see here, there's no attack value in the lower left, which means you can't attack with it, and there's no defense value in the lower right, so you can't block with it. Which basically means it's only good for using it as a resource, which is why its type was generic resource. Actually, was that Fog Down? I don't know. It might have been Cold Foil. I think you apparently only get 1 Cold Foil per box, but I have a trouble telling the difference between the rainbow foiling and cold foiling at times. Okay, Healing Balm, Blaze Headlong, Brothers in Arms, Silken Form. Okay, first rare is Sigil of Permafrost, second is Red Hot, foil is Billowing Mirage, Ice Bolt, Singe, Lava Vein Loyalty. No, wait, I'm putting that there. Sweeping Blow, Ronin Renegade, Skittering Sands, Brand with Cinderclaw, Dromai, Waning Moon token, and Icelander Searing Ember Blade token. Okay. That's... The back of that card is pretty sparkling. That just might be transfer from the pack, but... Okay, Arctic Incarceration, Brothers in Arms, Oasis Respite, Quelling Robe, Dampen, Invoke Yendurai, which says Yendurai enters the counter with an endurance counter on him. If Yendurai would be dealt damage, remove an endurance counter from him to prevent 3 of the damage. That's interesting. Foil is Dust Up, Singe, Ice Bolt, Rake the Embers, Rebellious Rush, Sand Cover, Ronin Renegade, Polar Cap. Now this is the adult version of Phi. The main difference is he has twice as much health as his young version. That's it. He has the exact same intellect, which intellect is kind of like your hand size in that at the end of each turn, at the end of each of your own turns, you'll draw cards from your deck until you have as many cards in your hand as your intellect. Right now, all of the heroes except 1, I think, have an intellect of 4. Let's see, on the back, yeah, it's young Phi, so I guess that means if I want to, I could play Phi and Rising Rebellion in Classic Constructed. Okay, and then this was just a Phoenix Flame. Nothing special as I had thought. Oh, I suppose one of the neat things is that I think this might be one of the paper packs. Like, early on, all of the packs wrappers were plasticized thing, but I think now, well, starting with the Everfest set, they started trying to make paper packaging. Although this one said made in Belgium, so it feels like paper, and it's fairly decent. Okay, Sigil of Protection, Cold Snap, Sigil of Protection, Silent Stilettos, Engulfing Flame Wave is the first rare. Invoke Kyloria. I actually have what's called a Marvel version of this. It's a mostly full art card, or I suppose we'd call it an extended art card in Magic, but it looks really nice. Anyway, this says, whenever Kyloria hits a hero, gain control of an item they control. If you don't gain control of an item this way, draw a card. So most of the time that's going to get you a card, which is, again, card advantage is a pretty big thing even in this game. Foil is Flameborn Retribution, Read the Ripples, Brain Freeze, Sand Cover, Lava Vein Loyalty, Rake the Embers, Ronin Renegade, Polar Cap, a Phoenix Flame, and here's the adult version of Dromai, which I had one of these already, but I guess that could be indicated to try to start building a Dromai deck, but, well, we'll see. Oh yeah, Marvel cards are also pretty rare. So I don't think I think there's one in every 4 boxes maybe. And the Fabled cards are even less than that. Okay, so Critical Strike, Cold Snap, Scar for Scar, Heat Wave. First rare is Flex, well, Red Flex. Second is Rapid Reflex. The foil is Blaze Headlong, Ether Dart, Ice Bolt, Dust Runner Outlaw, Dunebreaker Centipie, Rising Resentment, Rake the Embers, Soaring Strike, Dromai token, and an Ether Ashwing Ash token. Okay. Still a chance for a legendary, I suppose, but we'll see. Arctic Incarceration, Trade-In, Blaze Headlong, Conduit of Frostburn. First rare is Transmogrify. Second is Dampen. Oh, that's Legionist, so that goes there. Foil is Soaring Strike, Icebind, Ice Bolt, Dunebreaker Centipie, Rising Resentment, Skittering Sands, Dust Runner Outlaw, Rake the Embers, Phi, Storm Sankai, and Frostbite Helios' Miter token. Okay, down to the last 6 packs it looks like. Cold Snap, Trade-In, Stoke the Flames, Silent Stilettos. First rare is Eisenhowl Weather Vane. Ooh. Second is Uprising. It's a Draconic, and it's a Majestic. Your next 4 Draconic attacks this turn gain +1. Go again. So you want to play that first and then play a whole bunch of Draconic attacks. And both Phi and Dromai can use this because her dragons... Do her dragons count as attacks? Or, no, I think they're just allies. It's much better with Phi, I think, but actually, I'm going to have to double check that. Well, I'm sure we might open some more dragons later, but still. Yeah, no, I think her dragons do count as it, because they're Draconic ally attacks, I think. Okay, the foils in Arctic Incarceration. Got an Ether Dart, an Icebind, Ember Moss Senpai, Dustrunner Outlaw, Billowing Mirage, Cinder Skin Devotion, Ether Hail, another Dragon's placeholder card, and a Phi Storm Sandakai token. Okay, Brothers in Arms, Sigil and Protection, Cold Snap, Quelling Slippers, Rapid Reflex is the first rare. Burn Them All. It's a majestic draconic illusionist action. Go again once per turn when a dragon you control attacks. It deals 1 arcane damage to each opposing hero. At the beginning of your end phase, put a raise counter on Burn Them All, then destroy it unless you banish red card from your graveyard for each raise counter. Right? Yeah, so you kind of want to play this more towards the mid-late game once you have a lot of dragons up and a lot of red cards in your graveyard. So I'm just going to leave that up. That's a pretty good card. Foil Red Hot. Ether Dart, Read the Ripples, Ether Hail, Rising Resentment, Dust Up, Cinderskin Devotion, Billowing Mirage, Icelander, Everblade, and an Ash Ether Ashwing token. Okay, I think we're down to 3 left now. 3 more chances to get a legendary card. Brothers in Arms, Arctic Incarceration, Scar for a Scar, Sash of Sandakai. First rare is Flex. Second rare is Invoke Vinserakai again. Yeah, because it, well, yeah, this may not work with Uprising because, well, it's not an attack. But I think that maybe with but Sandakai lets it attack? I'm confused. I don't know. I thought it might work that way, but we'll see. Foil is Dampen. Got an Ether Ice Vein, Brain Freeze, Dust Up, Brand with Cinderclaw, Rake the Embers, Rebellious Rush, Skittering Sands, an Ash token, and a Phoenix Flame. Okay, so just 2 packs left. Okay, Stoke the Flames, Healing Balm, Critical Strike, Sash of Sandakai, Rise from the Ashes is the first rare. Succumb to Winter, second rare. It's not bad. Foils and Ether Hail, Frosting, Ether Ice Vein, Soaring Strike, Polar Cap, Ember Moss Senpai, Lava Vein Loyalty, Dust Up, Phoenix Flame, and Dragons of Legend. Okay, last pack. Let's see if there's anything spectacular in here. Sigil of Protection, Burn Away, Healing Balm, Quelling Slippers, Mounting Anger is the first rare, and second is Ice Eternal. Okay, do we have a good foil at least? Ether Hail. Read the Ripples, Frosting, Polar Cap, Running Renegade, Sweeping Blow, Cinderskin Devotion, Sand Cover. Oh, okay, we pulled a Marvel. This is, Marvel Invoke Dominia. A legendary invocation is to transform a chosen ash you possess into Dominia. Go again. So I think this may have replaced the cold foil. And there's the backside. That's remarkable. I have a non-Marvel copy of this, which looks really nice. Whenever Dominia attacks a hero, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a red card, look at their hand and banish a card from it. So banish is this game's equivalent of removing from the game. Although technically banish cards are stored still in the game. They're just in a separate zone. But yeah, that's nice. Maybe I should put this in a penny sleeve first. I don't know. Do I even have any penny sleeves? Well, I have some things here. Huh. Oh well, I'm just not going to worry about it at the moment. Let's just sleeve that up. Okay, well, to recap, we finished off incredibly strong with Marvel Invoke Dominia. I've got a bunch of Majestics here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 of them being foil, so it's not a bad raid, I'd guess. I'd think. I don't know. Well, I'd say opening a Marvel makes this a really good box. I just gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to sort through these more thoroughly and shuffle cards around in my long boxes to try and make some more space. But yeah, that was a really nice box and really neat to get Marvel Invoke Dominia at the end. And so I'm just going to have to see if I can actually start building Dromai or maybe Icelander or possibly Phi. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more Uprising videos maybe in the future, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and well, if you enjoyed this, maybe leave a comment down below about what you liked. So that's all for now. I'll see you next time.